The representative of the ranking member of the full committee, Representative Scott of Virginia, is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank the witnesses for being with us today. And notice we have a state superintendent and a local superintendent, and ask them that the Every Student Succeeds Act requires an identification of achievement gaps and a plan to eliminate those achievement gaps. Can you say what's going on in Louisiana and Saraland to comply with those requirements?
Thank you for the question. We're most interested in every student in our state getting an outstanding education. I think number one, it comes with making sure that every student has access to a high quality teacher. So many of our initiatives around cutting vacancies have been really impactful. Next, making sure that local systems are delivering on high quality instructional materials for students is really important. The other piece, I think, or two pieces that I think work hand in hand. One is school and system level accountability, making sure that systems and schools are doing the job that they're tasked to do and providing the public with an honest look at school quality. I think that's important. And then finally, another piece that matters a lot is tutoring. What we've done in our state is made sure that every student who's not yet proficient in an academic content area, particularly in elementary, receive that additional support during the day, but also parents have the opportunity to utilize voucher programs in the evenings and in the weekends to get additional support beyond the school day. And so I think we have a pretty robust approach to this, and I think our results will continue to improve.
Thank you. Dr. Harrison?
Yes. At a local level, with what we do, obviously we give all of our students formative tests to see where they are. From that test and that data, we're able to design Tier 2 and Tier 3 instruction to bring them up to the level of what their peers are. And from that point, we coordinate with our teachers to ensure that they're receiving the scaffolds that they need so they're not getting left behind with Tier 1 instruction. So it is a very coordinated effort with our teachers at all of our schools. We also provide tutoring after school at all of our schools at different levels at different times depending upon subject area. So we try to provide our students with as many opportunities outside of the school day as well as take care of them during the school day with the Tier 2 and Tier 3 instruction.
And while I've got you, Dr. Harrison, the American Rescue Plan had money to address lost learning due to COVID. What did you do with the money, and did it make a difference?
For us, with a lot of the money we received from the COVID relief, we were able to shift some of the things that we were paying for, whether it be personnel and or medical equipment, things of that nature. We were able to provide more professional development to our teachers through that funding.
Did it make a difference?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Dr. Wingfield, you mentioned equity. Does that require lowering standards?
No. Equity does not require lowering standards, and we should always have high expectations for our students of all backgrounds. What's important to note is that equity requires us finding the appropriate entry point to best support that student to bring them to the level of proficiency.
Thank you. And does research suggest that some children may or may not respond to one reading instruction technique better than others?
Yes, and sometimes we have to use different techniques to support different kinds of learners.
And Ms. Rowden, did you find the same thing, same kind of research, that some students respond to different techniques and strategies for teaching?
Yeah, I mean, definitely every child learns in unique and different ways, but when we're talking about literacy, the science of reading was very clear that this was the most successful practice for all children. That was our children that were at risk. That was our children with learning differences and special needs. It was the same story for our proficient or advanced children.
Thank you. And Dr. Wingfield, can you talk about the importance of disaggregated data to properly understand what's actually happening?
Absolutely. So I think throughout this entire testimony, we talked a lot about growth in school districts, but when you look at the data, you'll see that gaps between white students and black students are large. Specifically in Louisiana, I believe this past year's fourth grade data had a 32-point difference. And so what that indicates to us is that there's something happening where it's not accessible to those same students. And it doesn't require, again, to dumb down your curriculum. It requires that you find the appropriate entry point to bring all students to proficiency. I think too, just very quickly, it's very also important to follow that data for students with disabilities as well. While the science of reading works for all students, I genuinely believe that it does not show up or look the same in every classroom setting, again, because of cultural, racial, linguistic differences. And so how can we address those?
Thank you. And Mr. Chairman, I'd ask the witnesses to provide us with any research that we actually ought to be reviewing. And we've talked about science and things like that. Rather than give opinions, if you could provide us with research that we ought to be reviewing, I think it would help us make decisions. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield